Internet movie data Beth is on the case. Let me go first. Care for your children. Poopy. Underpants. Spoiler alert.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a show. Thank you for joining us on March 14th, which is a Monday. Unfortunately, we are not calling this a Thanks for Watching show, as we are missing our skipper on this goofy jungle cruise. DJ is feeling under the weather, so we will send the good vibes to him. Good vibes, feel better.
Good vibes, yes.
And we'll take off on this crazy train ride by ourselves. I'm
But
Beth.
don't worry. Oh, yeah, that's Beth, and I'm the sheriff.
Hi,
but
Sheriff.
don't worry. We're not lawless on this river cruise.
No, certainly not.
Jungle cruise. We have a deputy on board. I'm deputizing Beth for this episode.
Pew, 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 pew.
So now we have the sheriff and the deputy
There it is.
for our special edition episode. So
Beautiful.
there you have it.
There it
There
is.
you have it. So,
Yes, sir.
Beth, how was your weekend?
It was. I hired somebody, so hopefully I'll have more days off in the future to have a life. I hear that's important.
Yeah. When you run the joint, you gotta have people to do your bidding.
Yeah.
I mean, be a team player.
I need some more flying monkeys.
Right. No, that's good. Are you planning to hire more people, or are you taking it slow as the...
I think we're gonna see how this one goes. She's worked a whole day with us, and
Okay.
she seemed still to want to come back. So that's always
That's
a
a good
plus.
sign.
That's
Yeah.
a plus for a future employee.
Yeah.
So hopefully she's good, and then maybe in a couple weeks we'll look for another person.
Okay,
Yeah.
couple weeks.
I mean, I
That's quick.
can handle some days.
Right. So, how many people do you think you would need to bring in to, kind of be hands off and just manage the managing part?
I would say probably 2 more.
2 more people.
I mean, if I don't want my mom to work either,
Right.
because I have her on 2 days.
Oh. Well, Dorothy needs to relax.
I told her that I would give the new lady her days, and she's like, no, I kind of like it. So she's playing that Pikmin game, and it counts all her steps and grows little plant people, and she's kind of into
okay.
that. So
All right.
yeah. So how was your weekend, Joe?
Our weekend was good. We did yard work
Oh,
on Saturday, but I know people hate doing yard work, but there's something about when you're done, how good it all looks.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, look at what we did.
it's
It looks great.
when it's like cleaning your room. You don't want to do it, but when it's all done and clean, and you have nice clean sheets and everything's cool, you're like, all right,
Yeah, I did that.
that was worth it.
So I borrowed a mower and a weed whacker from a friend
Nice.
because I don't own one of those, which probably at some point maybe think about getting those again. But we had gas ones that just didn't ever work right, and I just sick of dealing with it. So I was like, man, I'm getting rid of these things and hiring a gardener.
That makes sense.
But whatever. So we did yard work. Enjoyed our nice cut fresh yard. We were gonna do a little grill out on the front lawn, but it never happened because what was it? Oh, my dad came over and we got to talking and it just got late, so we never really.
I thought you were
didn't
going
go
to
the
say
store
it started raining, which we had a wee bit of rain up here.
No rain down here.
Just enough to make the cars dirty.
Yeah, that's the worst kind.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the nursery to grab some more supplies for the tree watering, which is this nutrients stuff that they sell.
Okay.
And we got some good old barbecue. That was on Saturday.
Hey-o.
So yeah, it was a pretty good weekend. Just catching up with real life before my schedule gets real hectic, which I started school today.
Woo!
So that's that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, my first class started today officially.
Did you bring your lunchbox to school?
I did not bring my lunchbox.
Well,
No.
I don't know what to say about that.
Actually, I had a Tupperware container with a sandwich in it.
Ha-ha! So kind of.
There you go. Yeah. You got me.
I win.
Yeah, you did. But yeah, I'm excited and nervous all at once, but I think I'll be okay.
You're going to kick in the balls, buddy. I know it.
I sure hope so, man. Like, hopefully in however many years it takes to be done, I'm be like, hey, I'm done.
You got it.
So
I have no doubts.
So cool. Thanks. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sounds good. DJ,
I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know. DJ got sick. Yeah, he got sick this weekend.
That's what he did this weekend. He caught stuff.
He had the most fun.
Yeah. Ugh. Poor guy.
So
if you see Marco Polos of him, he looks very
he looks. That's the roughest I've ever seen him look.
He's all like 5 o'clock shadowy.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I need to shave. I'm like, dude, just rest. What are you talking about? So yeah, feel better, Deej.
Yeah.
Hopefully, when you're editing us talking about you, you'll feel better.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, we should mention. I did mention this, but we are recording this in secret, guys.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't tell DJ we're doing this. We just were like, hey, we should just throw one together. Yeah. It was actually Crackhead Blues' idea.
It was Blue's idea.
She said, you guys should just do one anyway, and then like surprise them with it. And I was like, you know what? We've never done that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Let's give
Beth
it a try.
was on board. Boom, boom. Yeah. So it's gonna be all over the place a little bit.
Because we don't have our glue.
We don't have our glue.
Our DJ
we don't have
glue.
our captain, right? We don't have our Janeway or our Cisco or our Picard.
Kirk.
So yes.
All of those Trekkie captains.
All those people. Right. We're flying blind here.
That's right. Fly casual.
Yeah, fly casual. I don't know. Don't make it look like... Anyway. So yeah. Anything else, Beth, before we move forward?
No, I think we should jump into it.
Okay. Well, I have a little piece of entertainment news.
Okay.
Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon from the WWF, we'll call it that because that's what it was back then, has passed away.
What a bummer. I remember
he had a hip surgery or something, and there was complications from it. And, yeah, he passed away. He was only 63, guys.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
He did have a bit of a rough life, you know. He did deal with addiction and alcoholism. There was a big special on him, and Diamond Dallas Page tried to help him get solid and get straight. And you know, just he had a rough life. Wrestling back then, you know, beat you up.
It wasn't easy.
So I guess he was placed on life support on Saturday after suffering 3 heart attacks due to complications from hip replacement surgery.
Ouch.
So
that sounds like a pretty bad infection.
Yeah, that's
bummer days.
So yeah, rip, man. I definitely one of the all-time greats.
For sure.
Hopefully he's, you know, in a better place, feeling better, basically.
Yeah.
Or not suffering anymore.
May he wrestle in the halls of Valhalla.
Oh, he's definitely wrestling. Him and Macho Man just teamed up right now. Yeah. He's like, oh, what's up? Let's get this going. So, yeah, hats off to Scott Hall. If you know who he is, then I'm just telling you stuff you already know. So that's all I got. You got anything?
Think
entertainment?
Of anything. All I see on my... go ahead.
John Hurt. Is that his name?
Yes. That is a man.
John Hurt passed away. Right? No, that's not the right guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he already did.
What? William Hurt.
What?
Yeah.
No. God,
yeah.
Now I got to Google shit.
71 years old.
Nuh-uh.
He passed away yesterday.
You were kidding me.
Nope. William Hurt.
Holy shish kebabs.
Yeah, man.
What a bummer. Crap. People, stop dying. It makes me sad.
Yeah, it happens.
It does.
I don't know. A quick Google didn't really bring back what he was, but what happened with him.
Yeah. Oh, they're just talking about all of the movies he was in.
Crackhead Blues yelling at me. What? Yeah, but why he died is what I said. Anyway.
I'll Google it.
Oh, yeah, he had prostate cancer.
Oh.
There it is.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
Poop. That sucks.
So, yeah. that we did have entertainment news without even knowing it.
Seriously.
So.
Oh, crap.
Sorry, it was all downer news, guys.
Yeah. If you give me a minute, I'm sure I can come up with something that was good. Nope, can't think of anything.
Yep.
Well, poo.
Well, shit. Let's
Crap.
move on. Oh, yeah, we can cuss more in this episode. 'cause
Hey,
it's just us.
you know, I think DJ doesn't really mind. I think
He probably doesn't.
I think that's like a holdover from Insane Cast when he was like, "Oh, not allowed to put the expletive thing on there." But I don't know. It always feels like we shouldn't.
Yeah, it totally feels like when I say a bad word, I always go, I should say sorry for that. Dude, sorry, DJ.
Sorry,
like,
DJ.
"What, man? It's not. I'm not. It's okay. I am an adult."
Right. So what is next, Sheriff?
I mean, we're gonna fly through this, but we're at liberty to kind of just go crazy if we want.
Sounds like a plan.
Snakes on a Plane. You picked Snakes on a Plane,
I did.
which I've seen before, but I completely forgot most of it.
Oh yeah,
like
you totally gloss over how ridiculously stupid it is.
I didn't remember a lot of the attacks
Snake
and
on the
how
penis.
I didn't remember that. I was like, oh, as soon as he went into the bathroom, I'm like, oh, he's gonna get bit on his little guy
on
there.
his dingle dong. Yeah, that's.
But he called it big man.
Well,
hey, big man.
I mean, to each their own, and when it comes to naming their bits.
Sure, I was like, oh, he's gonna get bit.
Oh yeah,
oh
for sure.
no. Oh man, and then he did.
The part
the
that
Mile
I
High
thought was very funny was
ahead.
when he's like holding on to both and trying to pull them apart.
Yeah, I was like, dude, don't pull.
Like,
Stop pulling.
why are you doing that? You're gonna shred your bits, bro.
Yeah, dude. No good.
It's all bad.
And yeah, oof. Gosh. Okay. Yeah. Snakes on a Plane though.
Yeah. So
Pretty great.
Yeah, it's the kind of movie where you watch it and you're like, this is a waste of my time. And yet, I'm enjoying myself immensely.
Yeah. And Crackhead Blues said it was kind of like the first of its kind in a way that it was purposely terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't really remember movies doing that specifically. Like,
They
all right,
weren't
this movie's going to come out.
Quite
and it's
to
gonna
the point
be
of
really...
Sharknado yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's like, this was like a first of its kind. Everybody was copying it.
Right.
Know, like,
well, and you know the
and I
story,
tend to
right?
believe that. I think
that
that's
Samuel L. Jackson signed on to do it, and they're like, well, we're probably not going to call it Snakes on a Plane. We're going to call it like Flight 71 or whatever. And he's like, if you do that, I'm off. I'm not doing
it. Yeah, it has to be called Snakes on a Plane.
Because it's so stupid.
That's so good. Man, it was like, yeah, it was pretty terrible, but I liked it.
Yeah, it's horrific but great.
And like I said, I couldn't remember much of it, and then seeing it again, I was like, oh yeah, this is good.
This is great. This is like bad good. This is so yeah.
It was fun to watch
for sure.
So good pick.
Thanks.
Definitely funny. Super campy. There was a couple moments where it's like a little touching, right? When like the older flight attendant was like, I was supposed to retire,
right?
Now she's gonna die from a snake bite.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, way to bring that down. Anyway, I would give it like a 7.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun.
Ooh.
I turned away a couple times, like, oh god, like when the lady got bit on the eye.
Oh god, yeah.
And the tongue lady.
There are definitely moments in Snakes on a Plane where you're just like, no, go, ooh, ah.
Yeah, I definitely did that.
So I would agree with
that. We rewound it a couple parts because Samuel Jackson gives some of the best side eye to Keenan when they're in the cockpit. and like that part was coming up, and Crackhead Blues I love this part.
It's the best part.
Where he gives him a look. Look at this look he gives him.
It's so good.
She said it's the best part because of the look that he gives him. And I have to agree that Samuel Jackson makes the best faces.
Oh, 100%.
It's so
he's
good.
a king of just facial expression. So good. So
It's a good
that
one.
means, are we going to make DJ talk about this? He watched it.
I mean,
I
we
felt
can
kinda
circle
bad.
back on it. Why kind of bad?
Because I know that that's not his favorite kind of movie. I tried to come up with, there were so many movies. I was like, John Cleese, Michael Palin, Sean Connery. I'm like, all of these movies would be great. And then, like, none of them are streaming.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, crap. So then I'm looking through S movies. Blue says that DJ should add his idea.
I agree.
On the
I agree
edit.
with that.
So that's your homework, DJ.
That's your homework, DJ. When you're editing this, you can put your
You can put in your 2 cents about
your 2 cents and your rating.
the dingle dong attack.
The dingle dong attack specifically. We want to know what you thought about that. Oh, it was horrid.
It's awful, but also hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. So, what have you been watching, Joe?
Drive to Survive season 4 came out on Friday.
Nice.
So that's all about the Formula One series. As you know, I've become quite the Formula One fan since my trip to the Ford Racing School.
For sure.
I mean, I always kind of knew about it, but I didn't follow it like I do now.
Yeah.
And fairly passionate about it. I get pretty mad when things don't go the way I think they should have gone, and you know.
Have you Kylo Ren'd anything? Did you just like, Rob?
I have not. No, I haven't Kylo Ren'd anything.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. There's definitely times where I'm like, just smash all this stuff. It doesn't mean anything. But I think last we talked, we had already spoken about that we finished Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty funny. It got a little ridiculous, but I expected it to.
Like snakes on a plane ridiculous?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that answer.
No. Kind of. I don't know. Not. No. Yes. Yeah. I don't want to spoil it because you're still yet to watch it.
That's true. I do, and I'll get there.
Yeah. I enjoyed it though.
Good.
I enjoyed John Cena. Yeah, it was good. It was a fun time. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and then Turning Red, which we can't really talk about. I do want DJ to. I want to talk about it with DJ.
Yeah, we'll wait for that one, and I promise I'll watch it before next week.
But dude, yeah, please watch it. It's so good.
Okay.
It's so funny.
From the things I've seen, it made me want to watch it, which is why I haven't, because like I said, I've just been so tired.
You want to pay attention, right?
That I'm putting things on that are like stupid that I don't think that I will stay awake for, and then insomnia is like, "Hey, Rich," and I'm awake.
Yeah. Hey, remember that thing you're trying to do? Fall asleep?
Yeah. Don't forget about that. You don't need that. Sleep. Sleep's for the weak.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, sleep is for the sleepy. Give me a break.
Sleep is for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay.
They did a great job, and there's a follow-up or a companion little documentary on the making of.
Oh.
Also on Disney Plus, so I recommend watching that. I would watch that right after if you can. We watched them both. We loved it all.
Perfect.
It was great. Yeah, it was super funny.
Excellent.
What else? Oh, well, why don't you tell us what you've been putting on to try to fall asleep to? I mean, you've kind of been watching it, right?
I watched a new documentary on the sinking of the Titanic, which I know so much about that. I figured it would put me right to sleep, but it was not to be. It's on Discovery Plus. I think it's through. It might be through Nat Geo. It might be if it's Nat Geo, it's on Disney Plus. But it's like. Oddly enough, it was all of their idea on the sinking of the Titanic was all of the reasons that everybody else says. But most of the time when you watch those documentaries, it's just one reason at a time instead of all of them piling up on each other, which I thought was very interesting.
Right.
So they talked about like the iceberg mirage and the fire in the coal bunker in the hull and the poorly made rivets, and the fact that the captain felt like he was invincible because he'd been driving the Olympic when it got crashed into by a warship and it didn't sink, so why would the Titanic?
Right.
And so like,
plus the engineers were like, this thing's unsinkable.
Right,
We
it's
built in
cool,
all these
no
safeguards.
biggie.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of reasons that it would absolutely just drop like a stone.
Yeah.
So I actually thought that was
on the
pretty.
Titanic in 5th grade.
I did a report about it a number of times because it was something I
Nice.
knew about. When you go to like 10 different schools, if you can use old reports.
Oh yeah, I did this before. It was easy.
But yeah, it was actually a pretty good documentary. So if you're interested in watching something that you've probably seen before, this new documentary on the Titanic on Discovery Plus is really good. It's called like The Conspiracy of Failure or something like that.
Okay.
Also, we started watching a show called The Dead Files,
Okay.
which is like half a true crime thing, half a ghost huntery thing. It's like a
Scooby-Doosh?
medium, and no, it contains no Scooby-Doosh. The medium is a little dramatic, but she works with a retired New York City cop. So they go and investigate the same story independently, and then at the end they get together and see how their stories match up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty interesting. It's super funny because the cop is like a New York City cop, and this guy is like, oh, well, I encountered this ghost. I had been in my bedroom and I was drinking some wine, and it was basically that weird scene from Ghostbusters. And the cop's just like, so I'm just gonna ask the obvious question here: were you drunk? Have you been drinking enough that you
So
might have
you're
just
drinking?
seen something?
Yeah, you think you just saw something there?
Right. So it was pretty funny. He's got a really
So
great
he's
accent.
the skeptic.
Yeah,
He's the skeptic.
skeptic. And then it actually matches up pretty often. It's kind of crazy. So that was interesting. We've watched a couple of episodes. Back to Mythbusters. Always back to Mythbusters. And I've been watching Downton Abbey again because it's slow and quiet and calming.
Okay.
But it
I've
doesn't put me to
never
sleep.
seen a single episode of
I
that
know
show.
you
and
haven't.
I don't think I probably will ever.
And that's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah.
I'll watch it enough for both of us.
There you go.
There you go. I'm watching your portion. Your 1/4 portion of Downton Abbey.
1/4 portion. It's funny you mentioned Star Wars.
What? I never mentioned Star Wars. That is funny.
So I had this epiphany just before the show started.
Oh, that is a hell of a segue.
I said, I was talking. Okay. Oh, we could talk about the Obi-Wan trailer. That led me into this thought process.
Heck yeah, we
Tell
can.
me you've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I sent it to you, Goob.
Oh, that's right. But I had already seen it with Crackhead Blue, obviously.
Right.
So I was talking about. Did you ever remember that old YouTube video of that little girl, 5-year-old girl explaining Star Wars?
Oh, yeah. Darth
Okay,
Vader,
so-
he's gonna get you.
Gonna get you right. So I said Obi Kenobi because
It's adorable.
Crackhead Blue had said you guys could talk about Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Oh, you guys could talk about the Obi-Wan trailer." And I was like, and it just for some reason popped in my head.
Obi Kenobi.
I was like, oh, I wonder what that girl's up to these days. Like,
Yeah.
what is she doing? Because that video was adorable.
Yeah.
And Crackhead Blue was like, well, it was, she was pretty much internet famous from that. So I'm sure most, people have checked in on her.
Yeah.
And then I started just saying more of what she was saying about how R2D2 and the signy guy.
Mhm.
And then she says, the signy guy always worries.
That's right.
And I thought, DJ is RC3PO.
Oh my god, he totally is.
And Crackhead Blue is like, how did I never realize this
How
before?
did I never realize this? Holy crap balls.
And everybody complains about him, but we all love C3PO. At
Love
least
him
we do.
so much.
Right. And I'm like, it's perfect. It's perfect.
That's totally it. So who does that make
DJ,
you?
I mean, I'll take anybody, really.
Right.
Chewie's fine. I mean, I'm hairy. I got a beard, Big and loud guy. Whatever.
I love it.
So I just thought,
That's fantastic.
he's our C3PO.
He
I mean,
totally
we don't
is.
even have to cast ourselves. We just cast him.
Yeah, that's perfect. I love it. Sold. Canon. Approved. Narwhal of
DJ
approval.
Now you have to get a C-3PO costume for Halloween.
Totally true. You should make
Sorry,
Checho
buddy.
draw you as 3PO.
Oh, a 3PO DJ face tattoo.
Yes! Or even just like a drawing would be fine too. Because I don't know. DJ, he says he's going to get a tattoo. But
No,
I
he's
don't know.
not.
I don't think he ever will. And that's all right.
And that's okay.
That's right.
Tattoos aren't for everybody.
And they're very personal.
Yeah.
But also,
Even though it
that would
should
be
be
rad.
word out, but that's okay. But yeah, I thought, dude,
That's a,
it's
yeah.
DJ C-3PO.
I'm going to text my mom that and she's going to laugh. You'll be able to hear it from downstairs. Let's see if that.
So yeah, that was my epiphany.
That was a great epiphany.
Thanks.
Also accurate.
But I just thought when I said the shiny guy always worries, I'm like, oh, DJ,
Totally.
he's always worried about stuff with the podcast.
That's right.
So it fits.
So good.
We love you, Deej.
We do. Get better soon.
Hope you're feeling better. Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
That was it. That was my epiphany
It was beautiful.
that I said I was going to share with you.
I love it.
Other than that, I mean,
Yeah, I think that's...
we don't really have much else to talk about, and we've only been going.
Oh, we didn't actually
almost-
talk about the Obi-Wan trailer.
Oh, okay. So, let me hear what you think.
Mostly it was just my brain short-circuited for about a minute and a half.
Okay.
Because I got the alert and I was just like, sure. Just like the Mandalorian one that I sent to Joe that was totally fake-o.
Yeah.
And then I saw that it was an email from Disney Plus, and I'm like, oh,
Oh, it's real. It's real.
it's real. So then I
Yeah.
watched it at work, and it was full of barkies, so I was having a hard time. So then I
Okay.
went into the bathroom and watched it in there.
In secret bathroom.
The secret bathroom where there was much less barking. And there's a lot to unpack on that trailer.
Well, let's talk about
Let's
it.
do it. So
All right. Let me hear what you're thinking.
I just there's a lot of like I can't even a lot of the time formulate my thoughts because it's just like feelings for me. It's just like excitement, and then it's also like curiosity, and I can't wait. It looks really
Is there any part of you that's worried?
worried. You know me. I don't look at it and go, this has the possibility to be an epic failure. I look at it and go, this is going to be a whole new story that I want to know. And
Sure.
these are friends I've had for so many years, or at least one major friend who I've had since my childhood in
Right.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, no, I don't ever worry about it. I try not to get too hyped up about it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm super
Probably
duper
smart.
excited, you can tell I'm
Yeah.
already hyped up about it. But just like when the sequel trilogy started coming out, I was like, I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, as you should be. I mean, it's something you've grown up with.
Yeah, it's new stuff. And
You
I know
really
that I
like
should
it.
be like cautiously optimistic
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want it to be a total pile of steam and dookie.
Mm-hmm.
But also from what I've seen from the Disney Plus family so far, like it's all pretty good. There's lazy storytelling here. There's, a missed step there. But for the most part, it's still fun to watch. So I know a lot of people are talking about things not looking quite the way they've known them from other canon type story bits like the animated series, but it's like you can't make anybody look exactly like.
Right.
Can we also, when we're done with this, talk about Cad Bane? Because
Sure.
Jesus.
I can make that make sense to you.
Okay. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I just
Okay.
thought he was hella rad.
Yeah.
So, what are you thinking? I know that you don't want it to be poopy, and you're always you're kind of the 3PO when it comes to new story pieces. You kind of are
sure.
just worried that it's
I'll take
gonna
that.
hype up and then shit.
Well, I'm always worried about like the legacy being tarnished, right?
Right.
Like in my mind's eye, like Star Wars is perfect.
Yeah.
Don't mess with it.
Right.
Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just use what's there and make it work. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Right.
And like, you know, the sequel trilogy caught a lot of heat, and I don't agree with all the heat that it caught because I liked what I saw for the most part.
For the most part.
There's a couple things that I was like, okay, maybe not that. But overall, like, it didn't... Just the way some people talk about it is just like, wow, it's not that bad.
It's
like,
the gatekeepers.
I guess. I don't...
And the people who fear change. I totally understand what you're saying. I agree. There was a lot about the sequel trilogy that I really, really, really liked. And then there were a couple things that made me really... sad.
Yeah.
And we won't talk about that right now. But
okay.
Just because I hate being sad and it made me sad. So I see that I agree. I don't want them to ruin what has come before, but there's so much to build on too. And that's why I liked the whole thing with like the Mandalorian and even Boba Fett, even though a little bit of, like I said, lazy storytelling, it's like fall back on tropes. It's, there's so much that you can do. There's a galaxy. There's a whole crazy, huge world of things that you can build from. So I understand what you're saying as far as like, don't crap where you've already made perfection.
Yeah, like just like don't try reinvent the wheel, right? So oddly enough, my dad was over on Sunday and we were talking about like he's all in on Mandalorian. Like he wasn't a big fan of the sequel trilogy. He didn't like most of the stuff that was going on, and he's not shy about sharing that. But he's all in on the Mando.
Okay.
And I wonder like what's different about Mando that makes him go all in on it. And like I know he wasn't super happy with Boba Fett just based on some of the conversations we had.
Right.
And it does suck that the stronger shows didn't really have Boba in them, which was kind of weird.
It did cause a little lopsidedness.
So that's kind of worrisome, is like, well, are we going to get that again? We're like, oh, it's the Obi-Wan show, but we're going to go talk about these other characters right now. Like,
yeah.
So I'm kind of worried about that.
Well, I would hope that they wouldn't do that. I mean, maybe not. No, because there's all the prequel trilogy too, where we know Obi-Wan. Whereas Boba Fett has like, I think 12 minutes of screen time in the original trilogy.
Yeah, he's not in it very much.
So he's like a huge fan favorite. Everybody loves Boba Fett, but it's based on just like gut feels and
some of the expanded universe that's no longer canon.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I can't debate that is a valid worry. But I feel like Disney knows what is up.
Yeah.
And I feel like they know that if they hose Obi-Wan, there's big trouble on the horizon.
Full-scale riots.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
It'll be bad. It'll be real bad for them.
Real bad. So I'm hoping that they're treading carefully. And not that they should have to. I mean, they're whatever. They're in charge. They can do whatever they want. They can run with 12 games.
Pretty much.
And,
they
and none of us can stop them. And none of us can affect it.
It's their show. Yeah.
But if you look at the people who are in charge, because like everybody who's been working on Mandalorian and everything is all attached to that, right? Let me double check that.
I'm not sure like who's show running or any of that stuff, but I mean, you're probably right. I'm probably worrying about nothing, but I don't know. It's in the back of my mind, you know, like,
yeah.
Please let this be good. It's kind of where I'm at.
No, for serious, I agree. Excuse me. Oh goodness.
Blow. Hiccup.
Yeah.
But live action Inquisitor, which is pretty cool.
Right.
We get the Grand Inquisitor, and then we get a couple other ones that they showed.
Yeah.
the one lady Inquisitor that they showed some pretty cool action shots of her doing some stuff.
Right? That was cool.
So that's pretty awesome. And I'm like, is that somebody we've seen before, just visualized a little bit different? Or is that a completely new character?
See, there's just so many places to go with it. I'm excited.
I did like the little check-in that we got to see Obi-Wan doing.
With little baby Luke.
Yeah, and he's like riding basically the building.
Yeah.
That was I thought
really
that was pretty neat. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I just want it to be good. That's, that's too much to ask.
I'm going to be optimistic. It's going to be great. It's going to be rad.
Okay, good.
We can do this.
Say so. Hope if they have any questions, they should just give me a call.
Right? I've been saying that for years. Like,
Yeah,
why
I can
don't
help
people
them
call
out.
me before they do stuff? I'm like, this was a choice that could have been made better. You should have called. But nobody talks to me.
They don't ask me nothing. So
right, the nerve. So can we have a little Cad Bane chat?
Sure.
What did you think?
Of what specifically?
Number one, I thought he looked amazing.
Yeah, they did a great job with how he looked.
He looked really good. Voice was perfect because it was
him.
Yeah. I was really excited about that. I was trying to explain to my mom who Cad Bane was. She's all, he's blue. What is this?
Why is this man blue?
Why is he blue and why is everyone scared of him? His hat is very dramatic. But
she's not wrong.
So you're saying you can make it make sense to me. You're talking about
why they took him out so quickly.
Exit to the show, yeah.
Yes, because we've already got 30 years of story on this guy.
Right.
Essentially, right? Mm-hmm. So there's we don't need to beat that to death again.
Right.
So I can see why they're like, all right, let's just quick exit this dude. He's a plot device, basically. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I agree with it.
Right.
Because it would have been, all right, well, let's let him carry over and be a thorn in the Mando side, too.
Right.
A little bit. Or even more of a thorn in Boba's side while Boba's trying to get established even more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That would have worked really well as a story element. But, c'est la vie. He's gone.
Mm.
Like I said, I don't agree with it. But it is what it is. And I think part of it was, if you really want to know more about Cad Bane... And it's funny you mentioned this because I was telling this to my dad because he's like, what's that guy's story?
Yeah, what's with the blue guy?
He's in the Clone Wars.
Yes, he is.
And he's, a pretty dominant bounty hunter.
He's a super dominant bounty hunter. He's like,
I want to know more.
The bounty hunter.
I want to know more about him. I go, well, they might do something with him later, but I wouldn't count on it,
Blue says we'll get more Cad Bane and prequel type stuff.
Possible. It's very possible.
Sounds good.
So, who knows, though, Nobody really knows.
Nobody knows. I think I'm still excited for Star Warsy stuff coming out of Disney.
I am, too. So. I know people are like, oh, I'm so burnt out on Star Wars.
Stop watching. Just wait.
Then you don't have to do it.
Right? Oh, goodness.
And then something comes out and they're like, oh, they should have done it like this. It's like, well, I thought you were out.
Yeah, I thought you... So, it was a thing that I learned a long time ago when it comes to writing, and that is you can't make everybody happy.
Not everybody likes spaghetti.
Yeah, that is 100% an accurate saying. It's true. Not everybody likes what you're cooking, but a bunch of people will.
Yeah. A lot of people will, so appreciate those that appreciate it.
That's right. Say thank you and make more spaghetti.
But yeah, May 25th? Is that it?
I want to say May 28th, but there's stuff happening at work on May 28th, so...
Okay, I think it's May 25, but who knows?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'm hoping for a good one.
Yeah, me too.
Should be all right.
Premiere date is May 25th. You're right.
Okay, beautiful.
May the 4th.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh.
Why wouldn't it be May the 4th?
What is your thoughts on Moon Knight stuff?
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Excitement.
So. Yeah, I'm pretty like, because I'm
I'm sorry.
I
Were you
read
pretty like,
No, because I read Moon Knight stuff, so I kind of know about him a little bit already.
Cool. I know we had talked about him a little bit in the past, so
Yeah.
that's
So I'm stoked to see how they do him.
that crossed my newsfeed, and I was just like, oh, you know who's gonna like that? I know who's gonna like that.
Yeah, especially Oscar Isaac. Dude.
Right?
Come on.
Hello.
Can't go wrong with that.
Nope. Okay. Have we anything else to?
Did you see him in Dune? Come on.
Yeah. Remember we called him Dune Daddy.
Oh yeah, Dune Daddy. I forgot about Dune Daddy. Hubba. I mean,
Ooh.
what? Hello, Dune Daddy. Yeah.
God.
Oh yeah, Bike says yum.
Mm-hmm.
So see, there you
She
go.
knows what's
there
up.
you go, guys. She knows. Bike Blue, same person. Is there anything else? DJ, sorry we didn't. We wanted to surprise you, buddy.
Yeah, we did this for you. And
We
then
did
we
this for you,
we
man.
talked so much more about Star Wars than
We
anything
normally
else.
would have. So yeah. Is there anything else?
I can't think of anything, but my brain randomly stops these days. But that's why I hired someone. So I can have like 2 days off in a row.
That's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We covered current newsy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Snakes on a Plane. DJ's gonna edit his part in. We hope.
Yep.
What we've been watching. You said you've been falling asleep to stuff. So not really watching, but watching. You haven't seen Turning Red,
Not
so we
yet.
hopefully we'll talk about that next week because I'm sure DJ will have watched it too.
I think he's already seen it, so yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we can get to that next
I'm
week.
the odd man out on that.
I think that might do it.
I think you might be right.
So that's the show, guys.
Yeah.
A quick one.
Yeah. Thanks.
What do they call it? A guerrilla one, like a guerrilla show. We did a guerrilla show. We just set up and went for it.
Okay. I'd never heard that, but that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so that's like bands would do like what they call a guerrilla show. They set up somewhere where they're not supposed to be.
Like a pop-up restaurant?
Yeah, play a quick show and then get out of there before the cops come.
Ah, yes, that was us, except I have the cop with me.
Oh, yeah, we're both cops today.
Shit, I forgot.
You're a sheriff, too.
Yeah, I'm undercover, though.
Don't forget. Oh, okay. I didn't know we were doing undercover.
Well, we weren't really. I wasn't very good as a sheriff, or as a deputy,
Got it. No, you're doing great.
Thanks.
Doing a good job. So yeah, that's the show, everybody. Thank you for listening
to this. Thanks for watching, because we had no Skippa. So thanks so very much, everybody's.
Hopefully he'll be pleasantly surprised that there's a show in his inbox waiting to be edited.
Yeah. I'm just going to send him a text that says, surprise!
Yeah. Thank you to our Patreon members. You guys know who you are. I don't have the list in front of me. But thank you guys for your support.
Yep.
We appreciate you. Thank you to Checho. I'm going off memory. Oh, no, there is one here. Thank you to Checho, Joey Flair. Thank you, DJ.
Thanks, DJ.
First of all. Thanks, Beth, for being here.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Hey, thank you. Crackhead Blue, Dorothy Fielden, sorry. I might have spread it wrong. Penny, thank you.
Yeah, Penny has been taking care of him. She's sick, too.
Taking care of him. I'm sure that's not fun.
Oh, God.
Because I know how us guys get when we get sick, so. I'm sure it's no different. So, thank you, Penny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that's the story. I think that's all she wrote, man.
So, well done.
Have a
I'm
good
gonna
week.
Go ahead and, everybody have a good rest of your week. Enjoy our special episode. Surprise! And everybody be good to each other. Be excellent to each other.
There it is.
And see you next week.
Catch you on the flip-flop. Do 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 do. I love you, baby.